Talking Dead, or Lost in Translation.
After I returned from Ceysan, I called Alt to tell him Mason Bowers had taken a 40-foot leap. The guy was so broken up, he hung up the phone. I'm not sure if Bowers' death ended Alt's interest in this whole sorry mess, but my gut tells me I'll need his help if I'm ever going to solve this case. I decided to visit Saint Germain to find more information about the Tesla egg.
So, how goes the investigation? I don't suppose you have any news regarding that egg we talked about?
Well, everybody's talking about the Tesla egg, but I think I've got a lead on it.
Ah, the egg of Columbus. The copper egg. Unveiled by Tesla at the Chicago World's Fair in 1893, it was the very heart of a small prototype that, some say, would become his most notorious invention.
But you seem underwhelmed, and that's not good.
You know the story of Tunguska?
Well, I do now.
If you believe, as many do, that the Tunguska explosion was caused by the Tesla death ray, and you believe that the Tesla egg is a core component of the death ray, well, then the egg would be an immense fortune. Tell me, what do you believe, Mr. Murphy?
I believe you know a lot more than you're telling me.
Are you familiar with Paradise Lost?
Isn't that one of those resorts for swingers?
Paradise Lost is a poem about the great divide in heaven when Lucifer was cast out. After his banishment, Lucifer swore revenge and created an army of his own. He and his followers waited in darkness for their chance to strike back at the god who cast them out. After a 3-day battle against the faithful angels, the forces of evil were banished from heaven for all eternity.
Oh, I like it when the good guys win.
Yes. But what if the war were not over? What if Lucifer had not been defeated, but lay in wait?
Oh, he's
preparing
really
for
just
his
not
chance
that.
to overthrow
Okay.
heaven?
Well, debating hypothetical fairy tales is a little nerdy for me.
Look at the world around you. Did heaven win the battle? Man has created hell on earth. And the longer man exists, the further he descends from the wisdom and discernment needed to overcome the darkness. At his core, he is a grasping, clawing, foolish creature, willing to commit any sin to appease his base and greedy nature.
I thought I was jaded. You really think we're as bad as all that?
There are still some who give me hope. You, I'm not sure about. Your role, whether for good or evil, has yet to be determined.
He's not so bad. Does he have the egg?
No, my dear. Entirely the wrong egg. An interesting trinket, to be sure, but not the egg I'm searching for.
Well, if it isn't Ariel Bowers. You know, I hope I pronounced that correctly, because Bowers doesn't have a wife.
Great work, Detective. How long did that take to figure out?
Not long. After Bowers told me.
I have to confess, I haven't been totally honest with you on some things.
Just some?
I didn't know who you were when you first interrupted my own search of Bowers' place.
And what were you doing there?
I work for an organization you wouldn't have heard of. We're based out of St. Petersburg.
In Florida.
Russia.
How about you?
I don't work for anyone. Just the greater good. And my own little passions, of course. Ariel and I have crossed paths on several occasions. This time we seem to have some objectives in common, so we pooled our resources.
Yeah, I'm well familiar with Ariel's resources. How common are your objectives and mine?
That depends. You the kind of man who lets innocent people die?
Not normally, no.
You've heard of the Tesla Legacy Society. At one time, it had a membership of hundreds. After Charles Johansson died, the numbers dwindled. Some time ago, all those people vanished without a trace. I'd hoped to find some answers from Bowers.
Oh, I got news for you. He's not dead. He's back.
He's the translator, I presume.
The one building the immortal coil. You say you like it when the good guys win? You plan on doing anything about that?
Oh, sure. Leave it to me, as always. What are you two gonna do about it?
This is not my battle to fight.
He knows me. I won't be able to get close to him like you can.
You shall have to find the test egg first. Of course.
Great. I didn't even think of that. Well, if you don't have any more helpful tips...
Until we meet again, Mr. Murphy. And something tells me we will.
I mean, after all, your office is like right over there.
Next time. Kiss for luck. You'll need it.
After visiting with St. Germain, the former Mrs. Bowers invites me to a place called the Resort and says she has information to exchange.
Uh-huh.
Well, well. If it isn't Dudley Do-Right. Caught me red-handed.
And if it isn't Natasha Vitale, you and Boris Barinov have certainly pulled a fast one on me.
Saint Germain isn't part of this. He's a collector looking for the Fabergé egg. I'm an agent looking to infiltrate the translator.
Oh, so now you're a secret agent. What's next? Gonna be a pirate?
No, I really am. The organization I work for, you couldn't pronounce it, but in English it's called the White Guard. We've been monitoring the translator for years. We've had our eye on you as well. So are you going to interrogate me? I have so much to confess.
So you're sure I couldn't pronounce that Russian name? I'm pretty good at pronunciation.
I'll be honest with you. I need your help, Tex. And I can help you, but I had to find out where your loyalties were.
Uh-huh.
My loyalties lie with me. Nobody else.
That's why we're here, together, alone. I hope you don't mind. I took the liberty of ordering some food. Should be here any minute. I thought we could have a bite. Get to know each other a little better.
Set the spider to the fly.
I told you, Tex, I've had my eye on you for a while. And as you know, I'm not married. Who knows what lies ahead?
Uh-huh.
Lies ahead. That may be the truest thing you've ever said to me.
It's a rough world out there. Any of us could be dead
That was a
tomorrow.
good line from Tex.
I live in the moment. And right now, I want that moment to be with you.
Stay true. We're sticking with the Chelsea here.
Ariel, I have any number of reasons to keep you at arm's length. But right now, I just need one. There's a woman that I care about. I might even be in love with her. And until I know for sure, I can't afford to live in the moment. No matter how gorgeous or enticing that moment might be.
I know things. Things you might want to know.
I'm sure that you do. But if they come with strings attached, I'm not interested.
Okay, I promise. No strings attached. That must be the food. I'm just going to change real quick.
No,
Yeah.
no changing.
Okay. I need to get this out before you say anything. I get it. You don't know me anymore. But I know you, and I'm not
Why
just gonna
are you
be
here?
alone. It may not have been much, but I wanted it to be much, and I'm here just to see if you'll give us one more chance, please. Please.
Lady Mage, I know you didn't see her, but this is Louis' niece, I think. Yeah, Taylor. But yeah. We're sticking with Chelsea.
Look, I know 7 years have passed. I realize that. But to me, it's yesterday.
I'm in love with Chelsea, and if there's any chance that I can find her and that she's alive, I can't commit to any other woman.
I hope you find what you're looking for, Tex. I really do. And if you ever decide to let go of the past,
Okay. I didn't remember she showed up while you were here.
come look me up. I might still be here.
I wish just once I'd had a man love me like you love this Chelsea person. Who is she?
Man, they give you all the choice. Why? They give you all the chances to break this up.
She's the reason you've got to leave.
Okay, I'll leave. But I may be back tomorrow.
Boy, resisting both Taylor and Ariel took all the willpower I could muster. They're both incredibly tempting in their own right. I feel Chelsea's out there somewhere. I know in my soul she's the perfect one, and I need to find her. As I contemplate my next move, I get a call from Archie, who says he has a lead for me, and I should come over right away.
Yeah, what is it about Tex that makes him just apparently irresistible? I don't get it. I'm not sure if I'm glad I don't get it or not, but I just don't get it. I don't get what makes him like this god of, god of attraction. I don't get it. But anyway, as it is now past midnight, that marks 4 hours I have been streaming, and Archie may be cuter, but I think he has a few issues that most people won't want to deal with. Just saying, I think there are a few issues there that might make it a little bit difficult for Archie to be appealing. Anyway, yeah, I think this marks a pretty good stopping spot for tonight. Day 7. There we go. And yeah, they're pushy. They are definitely persistent. I mean, Taylor I can kind of understand because those two were dating for a while before Tex lost his memory. Taylor I can kind of understand because she, they were an item before he lost his memory. I can understand that. But, Ariel's just being a spy. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up now. Thanks for, yeah, one no when she stopped. Yeah, the dominatrix understands because, well, that's more of a business arrangement for her than anything else. But yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for keeping me company while we played through Tesla Effect to ring in the new year with a very, very old style of video game. I will see you all back next Saturday for more Danganronpa V3 dating sim. I still have to go back and redo the dates that the power failure decided to kill. And then next Sunday, we will be back with more, weird sound there. We will be back with more Tesla Effect. And I just have to remember our next move involves going and talking to Archie. Anyway. Well, the power failure really didn't interrupt that much. You know. Anyway. Again, thank you all for joining me so very, very much. I will see you back next week for more. As always, I'm going to leave everyone with the music as I yawn. Because I only had 4 hours sleep last night. Anyway, take care, everyone. I will see you back later for more. My God, there's light outside. I need to shut these down. Is anybody even here? I have no idea. My viewer list won't actually update. So I do not know if anyone is here. If you're here, hi. Let's see. I remember this was just loud for whatever reason. I'll worry about volume balance when I'm actually in the game. Great, now I can't remember what I was supposed to do. Lesson learned. Always, always, always watch the last bit of the stream you did.
It's a picture of someone named Mantis.
I would like a bigger view of that.
I wonder if anyone else on Chandler...
Yeah, you know, let's see all that. Okay.
No messages on the vid phone.
Fair enough. That's coming along nicely.
Someday, I hope to collect all of the Mike and Ike Hammer comics and place them here.
I have a funny feeling I should actually go talk to people.
Sounds like there's something scary in the sewers.
Let's hope we don't have to go in there while it's... Of course we will. That's how this works.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing? Can't help you there.
Yeah. It was a long shot. I can't talk to... Dude, I can't remember the name of.
Only guests of this hotel are allowed entrance through here.
Dude, working with the woman I can't remember the name of. Audrey, I think.
Yeah, the Golden Gate Hotel was so famous they named a bridge after it.
And yeah, those useless at the moment. Walking Talking Simulator 2017. Well, hopefully there's a little bit more to it than this. It's still incredibly loud, and these guys have not returned.
So have you heard any more about the Tesla cache or Margaret Leonard? I mean, if she can't fix it, how are you gonna get your memory back?
It's not just my memory, it's my life I want back.
Those Morlocks, I think that there's a connection between them and Margaret Leonard. I mean, see, the other day when you got knocked out, Margaret was in your apartment, right? The Morlock hunters told me they'd never seen so many Morlocks around Chandler Avenue. They said it was like something or someone was drawing them there. I mean, no one knows what they were doing around here. They were scattered after Margaret died. Now the hunters say that quite a few of them have been showing up in one particular area outside the city. I got a location for you.
That works.
Don't know about that.
Okay, so we have a location. Let's keep talking to everyone, though.
Perhaps I've been wrong about you, Murphy. What can I do to help?
You're only saying that because we're looking for Leonard's killer.
Next.
Okay, Mojo.
Still can't believe I'm working with the one and only Tex Murphy. What can I do for you, sir? Don't know.
Oh, but still giving me points. Yeah, nothing there.
It's real good having you stop in more regular. How can I help you? Sorry.
Not that I actually expected, him to know anything.
Not again. You're gonna get me fired. Or worse.
Hey, Lady Mage. The only thing you have missed was Archie giving us a location of a bunch of Morlocks. That's the only thing you have missed.
Always happy to help out my best tenant.
Because I don't recall exactly what we're supposed to be doing at this moment.
No.
Okay. Ah! No furniture today because nephew is sick. So a mixed blessing, I guess.
Having a detective hanging around isn't exactly great for business tags. I'm gonna have to start charging you. Keep this up, and I need to start charging you.
You just said that. But no, huh? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't think we have... Okay, so we have Margaret Leonard's Swamp House. Well, that's a start. Yeah, this is literally a post-apocalyptic junkyard. I mean, the streets are still technically glowing radiation-wise. Yeah. But this is Chandler Avenue, and it is home. So anyway, just in case. Oh, no one home? No one home. Okay, so Archie Ellis gave us the location of where a bunch of Morlocks are hanging out, and Morlocks are, Morlocks were swarming. Yeah, they still have Mood Rusty.
So who is Margaret Leonard, really? Is she a modern Dr. Mengele experimenting on damaged human beings for her own gratification? And why is she the critical key to my world over the last 7 years? My head's still spinning when I spot the location 200 feet below me.
The Morlocks, it hasn't really gone into a ton of detail about. But they're kind of like a group of sewer-dwelling mutants. From what I recall. I could be mistaken.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Of course, I've always got a bad feeling about this. Could you just go ahead and place me in a hard case?
Which one's the fourth wall? Because I don't want to break it.
Too late.
It's a plank.
We've got wood.
Yep, it's an old shed, all right. Better steer clear of the waters. God knows what could be lurking in that.
That's a hint not to dip your toe in the water.
Bucket of nails is always helpful when you want to fix something.
Oh, look.
Yeah, it's an Ultra Pro 900 lock. I'll need to find the key before I can open this, and it's probably in the house.
So this, before they released the game, they released a demo to let people know what they were, in for.
Whoa. There was someone or something on the other side of this stream. I wonder if it's Mantis. I need to be careful. Sounds like he's in a homicidal mood. Part of the bridge has collapsed, and I shouldn't even think about trying to swim across that water.
I notice he's walking away. He saw us, which not necessarily a bad thing yet, because he hadn't pulled out a gun and shot us or anything. But yeah. There's the dude over there that has the boils on his face. So, this was the demo. The start of this area was effectively the demo they released, so people could play through it and get an idea.
Better steer clear of the waters. God knows what could be lurking in that.
Not to mention, it is actually toxic.
Well, that might come in handy.
Even though we just picked up a plank that was floating on it.
Man, I have an eerie feeling I'm being watched.
Gee, you think? You can see the person watching you, Tex.
What kind of creatures was Margaret keeping in captivity?
Was being the operative word. Whatever they were, they have escaped. And this is a bit of a pixel hunt because you need to find like a bunch of tools. You need to find wooden planks. I'm not particularly great at spotting it.
Yep, it's an old shed, all right.
Why does this have to be so heavy?
We grabbed a hammer.
Looks like I'll need 5 planks, a hammer, and some nails if I'm going to repair this ladder.
Just to give you an idea of how much more we need.
Now I could use that.
so
Now, if I only had some nails.
you like these?
And some rusty nails. With 5 planks, I could repair the ladder next to the shed.
So I need to find one more plank. It'll be somewhere over here on this side of the water.
Someone's watching me, and it's making me feel incredibly uneasy. Better steer clear of the water. God knows what could be lurking in that.
We can't repurpose any of the planks on there. Presumably because we're going to use those two when we rebuild it anyway.
Looks like the shed Grandpa Murphy used to keep his moonshine business in.
Finding the last plank. I remember long ago when I played the demo, this took the longest out of anything else I was doing because I couldn't see the thing. Because it didn't render in correctly. And as I am not playing on a casual mode, I can't just shine the flashlight around and get it to sparkle.
The bridge is out. I'm gonna have to find some way to cross it and not fall into the toxic water below.
And he's not kidding about falling into the toxic water, because even after you put up... Oh, there it is.
Well, this'll come in handy.
Even after you put up the ladder, you can still blunder off the side of the ladder and die. I remember that. Mantis just walking back and forth over there.
With 5 planks, I could repair the ladder next to the shed.
Okay, so I believe to actually do this...
Ding, 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 ding! We have a winner!
I think we have to combine all this
What crime against humanity have you created?
to make the ladder repair kit.
Just what I need for a repair job. Now, I fixed it, and it appears to be some sort of ladder.
Gee, funny. Funny how that works. You use a ladder repair kit to repair a ladder, and you get a ladder in exchange. I'm just completely shocked by that. Don't know about anyone else.
This ladder could help me go places. Well, that won't work.
Let's see. I believe...
Guess I better not be too creative, because it won't work.
Hi, Mantis. Bye, Mantis. Yep, you're going away now. Okay, and you can fall off this ladder. At least I remember being able to in the demo. So you just want to walk straight across. Somebody not happy. Probably Mantis. So, now that we're on this side of the toxic River O' Death, let's do a quick look around the area. Because we are going to need a few things. If my memory has not betrayed me completely.
Last time I opened one of these, monkeys came flying out.
You get the fun barrels, don't you, Dex? No, that wasn't someone dying screaming. That was the guy that was running off. He's suffering from a condition where he screams, and I have no idea where he went, because if you see this, there's nowhere for him to go unless he hurdles the fence. I don't want a barrel of Monokumas. No, not a barrel. I only want the one.
Better steer clear of the waters. God knows what could be lurking in that. I'm glad that ceramic pot has finally been legalized. Pot, yeah, looks ceramic.
Well, you know, I wouldn't complain if I got more, but...
The ace of base vase.
Stop that.
Nice vase. It's a card reader. I'll need to find the card before I can get inside. This card could be used to get in the front door.
Easy enough.
It's like an old frat house out here.
That's not on fire, though.
Milk drinkers? Man, that explains a lot.
It's just an instant game over screen. The deaths so far have been just you do the stupid thing and then immediately die.
It appears to be a key of some kind, dare I say, for the front door. I don't know what I was thinking.
You were thinking you weren't lined up. Okay. Now, I don't recall too much death being a thing in here from the demo. Oh, look, it's him.
Who are you?
Margaret Leonard sent me.
Liar! Liar!
Okay, technically she didn't send me.
Ah! Friend? Slave! Killer!
I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed messages here.
Get it out of my head!
So, maybe some medication for you?
Help me! Slave! Die! Die!
Kids, they never shut the door when they go out to play.
That must be Mantis, and my guess is Margaret Leonard left some medication to control his affliction somewhere in the swamp house.
So... there we go. Get back. Now, like I said, I don't remember a ton of death in here, but it's not a safe place.
Looks like there could be something hiding underneath this dirt. Ah, the XBR 1000 greenhouse light. It sure grows plants fast, but the FDA banned them because of excess radiation.
Fair enough.
It's a big sack of seeds. Palm trees are a nice touch. You know, I'm no geologist, but I think that's a rock. Palm trees are a nice touch. Yep, garden shears are perfect for trimming grass, bushes, or stubborn branches.
Yeah, he didn't kill anyone. That we know of.
I wonder if there's a way to get these valerian flowers to grow quickly.
So we got some flower seeds, we got trimmers. I don't remember all the puzzles in here.
Ah, the XBR 1000 greenhouse light.
Okay.
It sure grows plants fast, but the FDA banned them because of excess radiation.
So, we get a big mound of dirt, and we need some plants to grow quickly.
Good for gardening. I'll need these valerian seeds to blossom into flowers before I can use them in medicine.
Because they can be medicine?
That was a waste of time.
Oh, I guess I need something to dig. Should be the way we came in. Yeah. So the greenhouse is right there.
I never cared for pliers. Got lots of bad dental memories. Books? Do people still read these? Books? Do people still read these? Books? People still read these?
Special one. Ooh, comic.
Like an Ike Hammer. Sucker's Game.
That's empty. That's not.
Got it. Oh man, the desk in my office is way bigger than this one.
It's not a competition.
Man, I am making great time. This thing hasn't even moved.
Nothing, okay.
Books help me become more learned. Hey, this is a fake.
Really?
You know, couches are really pointless unless there's a TV.
Says you.
Well, I won't be able to use this fireplace. It's got a vent cover. And that is one big jackalope.
Yeah, if that was a jackalope, I would agree with you. That is a big one.
Yeah, there's more to this world than meets the eye. Well, another matchbook to add to my collection. Very handy when you're venturing into public bathrooms. Yeah, there's more to this world than meets the eye.
Can't quite make out whatever that broken looking thing in there is.
It's a broken syringe.
Syringe, okay.
I'll bet this would have been worth a lot of money on Antiques Roadshow if they hadn't refinished it in white. Well, I doubt Margaret even read all these books. Books, books, more books. The cabinet lock is broken, so I'll need to find another way to open it.
Oh, yes, this. That is a puzzle piece.
Well, I doubt Margaret even read all these books. Looks like I'll need some firewood.
Fair enough. I know where I can get some firewood.
Books? Do people still
At least
read
I've
these?
seen firewood around here. Big old pile of it. Let's wait until we... I think there's a clue about those things around here.
I bet this could increase my defense by +5.
Nerd.
Nothing special.
Yes, yes, I know. Look who's talking. Yeah.
The zipper on this cushion's stuck. I'll need something to help me open it.
Stuck cushion, you say? Let's see, I've looked at those.
This is the only tool my dentist uses.
You need a new plan. There we go.
It's a safe key. Don't tell anyone, but I hear these make fire.
No kidding.
Well, the key to the safe is safe with me.
See, I don't have any way to open that yet. Oh, this puzzle. Unfortunately, I don't know what this is supposed to look like. There's that. Those two look like they go together. And that looks like it's supposed to go under them somehow. This might take a while. Those three look like they belong together. I don't think those fit. No. Those two look like they definitely fit together. Means that those two go on top of those. Just gotta figure out how to worm them over there. Yeah, this part sadly is going to take a little while. Now, on the off chance I've gotten that part correct, I mean, I'm only guessing because of this little bulb looking thing there. That didn't quite fit. And not only is this a slider puzzle, it's a slider puzzle with a very indeterminate picture. I mean, those two look like they go together. That actually looks like one coherent... There we go! I have no idea what that did, but I got it together.
Books? Do people still read these?
Did it do anything?
Looks like I'll need some firewood.
The cabinet lock is broken, so I'll need to find another way to open it.
Oh. Is that a picture of what this is supposed to look like? Doesn't look quite wide enough, but you know. Okay, no, that wasn't. Oh, look!
It's a safe lock, and I'll need a key to open it.
It could just be generic meat. I don't know.
Well, the key to the safe is safe. The picture looks similar to the one downstairs, except the one downstairs had 3 numbers on it.
Really? Unless I just can't see them. Ah! I can't quite read that. I mean, there's a 7. 373... 378? I don't know. 378, 373, 378, 878, or 873. One of those. I can't make those faded numbers out. Okay. Okay. So take more looks at it. Yeah, it's difficult. The 7 is pretty visible, but the other two numbers... Oh, that's a 6. You can just barely make it out right there. I just traced it. Right here. So 376 maybe. All that for a key card.
Security card. And another security card. Like I haven't seen 1,000 of these in my lifetime.
Boy, that's a nondescript security card. It looks like a cutting board with a magnetic strip in it. But we have a key card. I'm not ready to leave here yet. And I completely forgot there were numbers up there.
That accomplished? No.
Okay. Can't just jimmy it open, huh? So we will need firewood. We've got matches.
Nothing special. Books. I doubt Margaret even read all these books.
Okay. So not even worth looking at that, I take it. Okay. Let's see. Bunch of books.
I doubt Margaret even read all these books. What's a pot? For planting seeds.
Ah, nifty. Fertile soil. Okay.
I know tongs are great for pulling my chestnuts out of the fire. Grapple arm? I've always wanted one of these.
Ooh, grabby
They're
hand.
good for reaching items just out of my grasp or in a dangerous situation. Yeah, very organized. I'm impressed.
I'm not seeing anything else.
Yeah, very organized. I'm impressed. Ashtray. Yummy. Oh, I love sticky notes, and I just used my last one. Wait, something's written on this one.
So, what have we picked up?
Another. This pot is ready for seeds to be planted in. Great for grabbing things from hot places. Perfect for hot chocolate. Just like Grandma's, for when she needed to reach items in toxic areas.
That's a hint.
There's a vidphone message code on here. I could use this on a vidphone to retrieve messages. This key belongs to an Ultra Pro 900 lock.
Really? Yeah, I think we know we have to use that on.
I hope this isn't diseased. I like to turn my pillow over to the cool side before I get shut-eye.
Oh, look, a vidphone with a drawer under it.
It's an empty vial.
Files are good. Nothing else there, huh? Let's wait a bit before I get that message.
Someone's writing their letter to Santa early this year. Another table. Whoops. Yeah, talking to myself again.
Thread and needle sitting there for whatever reason.
The Mike and Ike Hammer Candy Comic. Double Fudge Indemnity. I'll put this in my comic book rack back at the office. That's why I always insist on guests using coasters.
Okay.
Ah, it's open to the centerfold.
Well, technically. The painting is a meat stall with the Holy Family. Huh. Something tells me I'm not done up here yet. Largely because of the vidphone thing.
Whoa, that's one old vidphone. It's got a message on it, but I'll need to get Margaret's voicemail number to listen to it. And it's an empty vial. It's an Ultra Pro 900 key. It'll open an There's a vidphone message.
First message. Margaret, we followed your instructions and combined the valerian flower petals with alcohol in a vial, placed it in the chemical mixer, then administered the serum to the subjects via syringe. However, this only momentarily suppressed rage in the Morlocks. There needs to be a more permanent solution. There are no more messages.
I should write that down.
First message. Margaret, we followed your instructions and combined the valerian flower petals with alcohol in a vial, placed it in the chemical mixer, then administered the serum to the subjects via syringe. However, this only momentarily suppressed rage in the Morlocks. There needs to be a more permanent solution. There are no more messages.
Yeah, it's like a band-aid on a brain tumor. But it may, at least for our purposes, it may make Mantis able to talk with us. If we can get that put together. He doesn't seem too keen on actually hurting us, which is good. For now,
It's a big sack of seeds.
let's see. Let me check. I've looked at everything. Okay, so do I need to combine them here?
I'm experiencing a sensation altogether new to me, and frankly, I love it.
Okay.
I'll need to shine a powerful light on this plant to make it grow faster. The XBR 1000 light shines bright. I'll need to shine a powerful light on this plant to make it grow fast.
Neat. And I can't turn the light out. It's being blocked.
I need something to cut off a valerian blossom from this plant.
Well...
that might come in handy.
Yeah, There we go. We've got our blossom. We got a vial. But I have yet to see alcohol. Before we continue.
Valerian flowers, when placed in a vial and combined with alcohol, could be used to create medical ingredients.
So we've got a grabby hand that he's been hinting very heavily about toxic environs. So let's
better steer clear of the waters. God knows what could be lurking in that. The bridge is out. I'm gonna have to find some way to cross it and not fall into the toxic water below.
Is there anything in?
Sign says the water's toxic, but how dangerous could it be?
Has there ever been a bigger idiot than you?
Oh! That didn't do what I hoped. Screwdriver. I think I just heard the doorbell ring. Oh well. So.
Sign says the water's toxic, but how dangerous could it be?
This is really funny.
Has there ever been a bigger idiot than you?
That's why you don't go swimming in it. So now we have a screwdriver.
Screw this. That's a brand recognized all over the world.
Okay, so give me just 1 second, folks. I think we got someone at the door. Okay, the roommate had ordered pizza. That's why. Okay. Now let's recenter here. Since we have a key.
Looks like the shed Grandpa Murphy used to keep his moonshine
See,
business.
there's firewood here.
You know, I've always thought that wood is a
There we
key
go.
ingredient to starting any fire. Wood is good, especially for building fires.
Indeed it is.
Screw this. That's a brand recognized all over the world.
Okay. Center the reticle. Use the key. Apparently we won't need the lock. Ooh.
Nice place to sit.
That looks like a small little broom, but we can't pick it up. Small rake.
Is this? It is. It's actual moonshine.
Oh, you have alcohol now?
Fertilizer. That looks as good as it smells. I love barrels. Now where are the monkeys? Well, that is one big sack of crap. And just your standard table.
I know what you're thinking, and that's not a good idea.
Oh, it's C4 chewing gum. Stuff packs quite a wallop, but it is grape. I love grape flavor. On second thought, I better find another use for this.
Fake out. So we have C4 chewing gum.
It's an old shed, all right. Rook uses one of those to chase the neighborhood kids off. Looks like the shed Grandpa Murphy used to keep his moonshine business in.
Don't ask me either. Seems exceptionally dangerous.
Rusty's C4 exploding gum is the ultimate party gag. However, it does have the side effect of possible decapitation. That's real moonshine. With a high enough alcohol content to make you go blind for 3 days. Margaret must have been a girl who could hold her liquor.
Or she found a use for that.
Wood is good, especially for building fires.
Okay. Yeah, I think the actor was about to snicker. Actually, look at them.
Better steer clear of the waters. God knows what could be lurking in that. The bridge is out. I'm gonna have to find some. Better steer clear of the waters. God knows what could be lurking in that.
Can't look at the ladder once it's placed. So now that we have a fire, materials, just gotta get back to the right room. And hard to see, but yes, the fire's in there. And matches. Nice toasty fire.
Oh, nice fire.
If I ever need anything cooked up. Now, I don't remember...
The cabinet lock is broken, so I'll need to find another way to open it. Maybe that was a little overkill, but was effective.
Yes, it was.
I'm sure Thor's big hammer here could straighten a few things out.
Maybe.
Maybe that was a little overkill, but was effective.
Indeed it was. Well, if I'm not mistaken, I want these all pointing in towards this big bullseye here. Okay, I didn't see that it was already in the right spot. There's the one up here.
Something big just moved, and there's smoke coming out from behind the panel.
Help, that didn't work.
I need to unscrew that cog from the wall before I can repair it.
So, we have a screwdriver. Clang.
I'll need to reshape this metal cog.
Well, let's see. We have a fire.
Well, maybe I should get something to place the cog in the fire with besides my hand.
Well, you could throw it in there. Spoil sport. Come on, you reached into toxic water.
I gotta admit, sometimes when you play God, things turn out okay.
Now I can place this cog in a fire and reshape it. In this state, the cog is quite malleable. I'll need to find some tools to shape it. The cog's fixed and ready to be put back.
Of course, First, hammer it in place.
This cog's repaired and ready to be put back in place.
Now apparently missing a cog, though. But we can get back in here. Ooh, nice hologram.
Wow, that Morlock is a lethal hazard. But it's energy driven, so maybe I could short circuit him somehow. Like getting him wet.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Although I think that is a actual living being just made out of electricity. If you look at this, let's escape here. I don't know if we'll actually kill him, but we will get him out of our way. I don't know if you can actually kill the being, but we just saved it. So I can reload.
This drain perfectly symbolizes my life. Wow, that pipe has a big hole in it. Wow, that Morlock is a lethal hazard. But it's energy driven, so maybe I could short circuit him somehow. Like getting him wet.
So there are several ways to die here. So let's do the thing we need to do here. I don't remember. Don't remember the exact pattern. Let's see. 1 does 1 and 5. Two does 1 and 4. 3 does 3 and 5. It's a Morlock. It's not a Bald Yeti. 4 does 3, 4. And 5 does 2 and 5. Okay, so let's see. There are two switches that control the first one. There's one piston that controls the second one. 2 that control number 3. 2 that control number 4, and just about all of them control number 5. So let's see. So it's almost lined up. I'm like one beat off. One beat off. Okay, we're almost there. Getting there. Still back there. Let's do this. Dang, that's close. Dang it.
compressor. But it's energy driven, so maybe I can short circuit it somehow.
Hell, that didn't do enough. But maybe this.
There's water gushing through the pipe.
Fortunately, I don't have a way to shut that off now. And as you may have surmised, yeah, I think we killed him. As you may have surmised, if I leave this on and then dip my toe in the water, yeah, that's deadly. Here we go. So we can shut it off from this side.
It's a card reader, and I'll need the electricity to be on for it to work.
Picky, picky, picky.
This cellar door has a card reader on the side. This cellar door has a card reader on the side.
And there we go.
Yeah, Margaret made sure this place was soundproof.
That looks friendly. Also loud. That's a VR thingy. I don't know.
Now there's something you don't typically see in a residential home.
Yeah, it's an awfully big spider web. And we can't mess with that computer.
It's a chemical mixer for creating medicine. I'll need to place a vial filled with alcohol and valerian flowers in here to create medicine for Mantis.
Fair enough. Okay. So let's see.
I'm experiencing a sensation altogether new to me, and frankly, I love it.
Okay, so...
Well, I'm almost there. I just need to add some alcohol to bring out the medicinal ability of the valerian flowers.
Okay.
I'm experiencing a sensation.
I need to place this in a chemical mixer to create medicine for Mantis.
So we just happen to have that handy.
Well, hell, that ought to do it. This medicine should control Mantis's pain.
Did we get it? I hope we got it. Oh, good. It even gave it to us in a nice, simple little dual cartridge syringe.
Well, hell, that ought to do it. This medicine should control Mantis's pain.
Could be. Yeah, that very well could be the monocub surgery room.
There's more books in here than in my county library. Cursed government spending cuts.
This doesn't look particularly safe. So give me a second.
This machine monitors electrical activity in your heart.
Fair enough.
There's blood all over the floor. It doesn't look fresh. It's troubling. It's my apartment from my old UI of U days.
You got that much?
Looks like something unethical happened in here.
I've assembled the spirit radio. Tonight will be my first attempt to contact my husband. The radio is working. I hear voices that are incoherent, eerie, and tantalizing. There must be some way to amplify the power. My last attempt was a near disaster. Similar to what happened to Tesla back in 1899.
Notice the timestamps are like 10 years
the
ago.
frequency caused a vibration that increased until I thought the house would split in two. I had to smash the radio. Now I have to start all over. I don't want to get my hopes too high, but I believe I've made contact. I brought the radio into the lab, and I swear that being close to Charles's cryo chamber has intensified the signal. I'm sure it's his voice, but I can't understand what he's saying.
Yeah, that's Alex Jones.
I've recorded hours of the voice and had experts analyze the audio from every angle. We've deciphered 3 words: void, return, immortal. I've reached an impasse. I wonder if the Tesla egg... could it amplify the radio's power? It's been weeks since I've heard Charles's voice on the spirit radio. I wonder if the Gideon parasites have moved ahead without me and brought him back to life. It's been years since I made an entry in this video journal. Charles is dead and lost to me forever. And I will die soon. The translator lives, and one way or another, whoever sees this, Mantis, Mason, it's up to you to stop the translator.
Stopping the translator isn't going to be easy. The Tesla egg and spirit radio seem to be the keys. Somehow the information Margaret Leonard took to the grave needs to be uncovered. Is that even possible? I have an eerie feeling it is. Glass is shattered. Something trying to get in or out. That's the interocitor IQ measurement system. I should try this baby out and see what a genius I am.
Don't, Tex. You may not like what you find. Dr. Zaius was right. A man like you is inferior to the simian in every way.
Yep, that wasn't a good thing for Tex. Completely predictable, though. It explains why we could manage to keep getting him to dip his hand into the toxic water. I don't see anything else laying around here. So, we need Mantis.
Well, hell, that ought to do it. This medicine... I waited near the front door, ready for him to show up. But, not as ready as I should have been.
Sorry. I can't control it.
Are you the one who prays? Oh, my hell, praying mantis.
That was Margaret's call. So she did see me. It just seems strange she took such a risk coming to see you. So she could give you the injection.
How do you know about that?
Because I was there. And she wanted you to forget everything you had done.
Yeah, well, she pretty much accomplished that.
Yeah. And here you are. Seems kind of strange.
Strange? You know what I find strange? I saw a video of Margaret torturing you.
She wasn't torturing me. She had been helping me for a very long time.
But you're a Morlock. She made you this way.
You can't blame her. I chose this path. I volunteered to take one of the greatest technological leaps of all time. Technology. I was one of the founding members of the Tesla Legacy Society. Along with others, I allowed myself to die and be brought back. We dreamed of waking to a world reborn. We found ourselves worse off than before. And worst of all, we no longer were the people we had been. The cryosleep had unforeseen complications.
Well, at least cryogenics is now partially covered under major medical.
Only a few of us escaped the physical deformities from the freeze. Worse is what it did to our minds. Drove us to madness.
So how come the Tesla Society hasn't taken care of you guys? Certainly the burden shouldn't just fall on Margaret.
The Tesla Legacy Society and its creations are no more.
So what happened? I mean, I know a little of your history since Charles Johansson joined you.
Johansson. I believed in him once. He was our martyr. We carried his work to the foot of his holy cryo chamber. We knew that one day he would return to take us to this glorious future.
And he did return.
Yeah, he was now the translator. He was delusional only as the greatest zealots are. He believed he knew the will of Tesla. He was going to create a gateway, a celestial conduit between heaven and earth. He called it the immortal coil.
Gotcha.
He was determined to build it at any cost. And in the end, we banished him from the society. But he didn't stay banished. Months later, he returned with a small group of men, led by the one known as Slade. They attacked the facility, sparing no one. I saw Slade himself put a gun to my wife's head while she begged for her life. And he pulled the trigger. When it was over, they removed every trace of the Tesla Legacy Society. Its files, its equipment. There was only one thing left behind.
And that was?
A key bit of information. The spirit radio frequencies. They were stored in the clouds that Charles never knew about.
And these were important.
It may be the only way to stop Charles from activating the immortal coil.
And that would be bad?
It's very bad. As in splitting the planet in two bad. I'll tell you where to find the egg. But I need you to find those frequencies first.
Before I head off to the Tesla Legacy Society, I get a call from Thompson Ald inviting me over to his house. Sounds like he's ready to talk.
Any luck locating the spirit radio?
I've got some leads, but it all seems to tie to something called the Immortal Coil.
I found something that you might find interesting. They did some experiments with interfacing brain circuitry. You might have been one of the first test subjects.
I'm sorry.
Memories are simply electronic impulses, and we are the sum of our memories. Now, on a cellular level, you're a completely different person than you were 7 years ago. But your essence is exactly the same as it was that night with Chelsee outside at the Golden Pagoda.
How do you know about Chelsee?
Well, first, and you may already know this, Chelsee is Margaret Leonard's daughter. Margaret had lost her husband, and she was overwhelmed. So she put Chelsee in the care of a mutant family, the Bandos, and then tried to forget that she'd ever had a child.
That's pretty cold.
Well, it was a decision that she's regretted for decades. Years later, when she found Chelsee living at the Ritz, she rented a room so she could be close, but never revealed her true identity.
Yeah, and that's why we got abducted.
Now, Margaret was being funded by Gideon Enterprises, and an opportunistic manager named Dalton Fisk found out that Margaret's husband had stolen some very important documents.
The Tesla cache.
Dalton tried forcing Margaret into reanimating Charles, but she refused and disappeared. But then Dalton discovered that she had a daughter, and he came after her.
Huh.
Now, I don't know if her memory has been manipulated or if it's so painful that she can't share it. But I do know that she's left her old life behind.
So Chelsea's alive? And you know that for sure?
I do. She's my wife.
You married my girlfriend?
Mason asked me to look after her for protection. Which reminds me, I meant to get you the canister.
Whoa, wait a second. I mean, you're gonna finish this, right? There's other parts of the story?
Margaret didn't want to know where she had gone. Chelsee needed someone, and we grew quite fond of each other. We had a good life together. But you see, I'd been in love with someone who couldn't return my feelings, and so I'd come to accept my bachelorette. But you know, somehow, marrying Chelsee just felt like the right thing to do.
Yeah, but I'm in love with Chelsea. You're married to her. What happens next?
I'll tell you what happens now. How about we go get that cryo chamber with old Maggie's head in it?
We can't let him have it.
Oh, hold on, partner there. No need to get violent or anything. Let's just see if we can work this out, okay?
Oh, up there, is it?
You're hurt pretty bad. We've got to get you to the hospital.
No, you have to stop him. If they get inside her head, it will undo everything that Mason was fighting for.
Look, I know what they're after, and I think I can beat them to it. It's the Tesla egg, so let's just get you out of here.
Go! Go!
You're coming with me. Come on.
I couldn't shake the look of fear I saw in Alt's eyes as he was lying in a pool of his own blood. Slade had blown a hole through the little man without even a second thought. Could I really have been partners with someone like that? Maybe I did change over the last 7 years, but if I did, it has to be possible to change back. I need a weapon I can use against these psychopaths. I knew my only hope was somewhere at the Tesla Institute. Slade's trumped me at every corner, but the ace may be at Tesla.